Hey everybody, I'm Seth,
And I'm Chris.
and we're only kind of gamers, and welcome to another open-minded. Uh, Stress the word try to not make this one an hour.
Not
Oh,
possible.
you never know.
I'm telling you, and I'm telling the viewers at home, not possible. We will
Uh,
ramble and
you know
ramble.
that's true. It's very true. Hey, I found a thing I was looking for.
My point exactly.
Um, so we're just gonna kick it off right now with one of the bigger topics. Professional wrestling and mostly WWE because I don't watch AEW, don't have time to. Um, the draft.
Yeah.
Any anything stick out to you?
Well,
To me,
number one sticks out to me the most is the stupid, hyped up blockbuster trade that we are getting from WWE, which happened, I think it happened last night. And that was Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, which we all know is they're part of a tag team together.
yep.
They got drafted separately when every other draft pick was, when it was a team, it was all in one pick.
Team.
Uh, Proceeded to get traded together to SmackDown. And it's like, okay, well, what's Raw getting out of the deal? What's Raw getting out of the deal? Fucking future considerations in draft picks. Like, are you fucking serious?
Me, that immediately screams one of two things. A, it's just a convenient thing we can forget about when we do the next draft. Or B, the Fiend goes to Monday Night Raw.
Speaking of the Fiend, that's another thing that shocked me about the draft was him going to SmackDown. We heard about it.
No,
We heard that Fox wanted Bray Wyatt, but WWE wanted to keep him on Raw. At least that's what we both heard.
well, and here's something that's even more interesting. Um, Long ago, and I mean last few hours. Um, Huge steel cage match announced for Monday Night Raw in Long Island, November 4th. Remember, now this is after, like, days after Crown Jewel.
Mm-hmm.
WWE Champion Seth Rollins versus The Fiend in a steel cage match.
WWE Champion or WWE Universal Champion?
Universal Champion.
There you go. I'm
So,
gonna one up you with that announcement because not only do they have that announced for November 4th, they also have that announced for October 28th.
Survivor Series.
Yeah, and then there's the pooled advertisement for Survivor Series.
Card subject to change. I They're going to lose. They're going to lose the Fiend. No one's going to buy into it, and it's a terrible decision. And I'm move on. I'm not. I'm not going to do it anymore. Not going to give any more of my time to the Fiend. Not going to work. You can't save it at this point.
I'm not gonna fight you on it because I agree with you. Because knowing that WWE knows they lost the battle for the Fiend to stay on Monday Night Raw and is sending him to SmackDown, I read somewhere that people believe that's why we had the Firefly Funhouse burnt down. Because that's too gimmicky for Fox's sports broadcast, so they burned it down.
And you shouldn't have taken a gimmicky character. Oh, Jesus God! What a
I
revelation!
Yeah, right? Like, he's so over. And now Fox is going to realize that without that mystique to the character, without that, here's Bray Wyatt, which, mind you, I absolutely love the way they set it up as two different personas for Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Because Bray Wyatt, when just before his Firefly Funhouse set got burned down, he looked at Seth Rollins and begged and pleaded him to answer, "Why are you doing this to me? Why?"
Uh-huh.
And it's
I
like,
think something else I want to throw out real quick on the draft too. I think it's absolutely great. It's good job for Becky Lynch, #1 draft pick overall.
no.
Absolutely asinine that it took tonight too for the WWE and Universal Champions respectively to get drafted. What in the actual fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, like, okay, you had Becky Lynch, forefront of the women's division, obviously in the past year. But you have your Universal and WWE Heavyweight Champions. They don't have to go first overall, but they have to go in the first night. I'm sorry, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Well, evidently you're wrong, I'm wrong, and we should feel ashamed for being in existence. Other than that, I mean, an absolute shame that Cesaro wasn't televised draft.
That's another thing. They stated it was going to be those that were announced on TV were finalized draft picks. Anyone that was not announced on TV that was part of the draft pool were going to be unsigned free agents to go appear on both brands supposedly, and then sign with whatever brand. Excuse me. Sign on with whatever brand that they wanted to sign on to. That to me is more appealing than, okay, guys, so this is the end of the first night of the draft, and then 2 days later, oh, WWE has put out an article that states Cesaro and X and X and X and X person have gone to Raw and SmackDown respectively.
I'm sorry, but the fact that Cesaro is in the same group as Drake Maverick and Luke Harper is infuriating. Also in the same group as Mojo Rawley, Hawkins and Ryder, and the Iconics.
Which the Iconics can go and jump off a cliff for all I care.
Bullshit. It's straight bullshit. I can't say other than surprisingly breaking the Rey Mysterio angle up. Separating the Fiend and Rollins for some unknown reason. The draft actually went close to how I expected it to, other than I didn't see Kevin Owens leaving SmackDown.
So not the one, but the two picks that kind of shocked everyone was Carmella went to SmackDown and then R-Truth went to Raw, breaking that couple, if you want to call them that, up.
There's good reason for that.
There is good reason, because for whatever reason, back in like, I guess you could say since Vince McMahon took over, if he didn't feel like two people who were in a relationship belonged with each other, he'd do everything to keep them apart. But that's why you saw Charlotte Flair and Andrade stay on SmackDown, right? Or Raw, or wherever they went. I can't remember now.
Carmella's not dating R-Truth.
No, she's not. She is, I believe she's seeing Corey Graves. I don't know if it's like 100% official,
And no,
But
it's official.
oh, it's
They
official.
because Carmella had received death threats over she had broken up Corey Graves' marriage, and Corey Graves was like, "Yo, I haven't been with her
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for
It
months. We're
was
just finalizing the paperwork still."
um they were going through he was going through the divorce proceedings before they got in a relationship. And his ex-wife wanted to throw
Not at
everything
all.
else like, nope, she's a home wrecker, this and this.
But yeah, because why should you play the villain when you can pick somebody else as the villain?
Right. Uh
Perfect heel strategy.
uh but now that makes you wonder, because I kind of think the reason why Raw went with R-Truth was because apparently it was USA's decision to make the 24/7 title. And so
Yeah, that was
they
USA.
they get to keep their title.
Yeah, well, and if you think too, the 24/7 title was supposed to only be for the third hour of the show because that was like, okay, we've got to find a way to
Keep people from tuning
viewership
out.
through the night because Raw consistently drops.
Yeah.
By the third hour, it's always less than the first hour.
Oh yeah, because the first hour you okay, I'm going in for Monday Night Raw. Second hour, okay, I'm seeing a lot of the people I came to Raw for. Third hour, it's building up storylines that nobody cares about.
And I wouldn't go that far, but
I mean,
you're generally right.
there are some aspects to the third hour where it's good and okay, like all the way up leading to Hell in the Cell, we had The Fiend come out at the end of the show to close it out. But you're not going to have that.
Yeah, and speaking of the Fiend and closing the show, the draft, ingenious esque segue, um, has been struggling lately. Assuming you heard the news,
No.
haven't. Eric Bischoff was fired.
Oh, yeah, I told you that.
I
I,
asked you, assuming you heard the news,
well, I
making
didn't
it
know
maybe
because you're talking about the Fiend and making this some form of segue.
it was referencing SmackDown. I used the Fiend as a segue.
Okay. Terrible segue. Terrible segue. I'm just going to say that now.
Not terrible.
Um, yeah, I told you about Eric Bischoff getting fired through an article I read. I sent it to you. He was making everyone so miserable they wanted to quit WWE.
But the kind of reason I bring that up, do you Bruce Pritchard was essentially running SmackDown already instead of Eric Bischoff. To improvement?
I mean, it didn't surprise me when I read that he was fired, because when they announced that it was Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff taking control of Raw and SmackDown respectively, they you could tell by the product when they had gotten control. And Eric Bischoff never had control of SmackDown. Regardless of what they wanted to say, he never had control of SmackDown.
Well, he was never supposed to. He was basically brought in to be Eazy-E, smooth with the Fox execs. From everything I heard, Bischoff was never really going to be supposed to be part of creative. I mean, granted, he had that power, but hell, he he basically spent more time in catering than he did.
Yeah, because some of the superstars had said, uh, when asked about him, oh, he's over in catering. He's here.
That's if he was there.
Yeah. Speaking of just being there, um, Mike Kanellis had posted on Twitter a full-on like story, if you would, of how he asked for his release from the WWE. And one of the reasons why Mike Kanellis had done that was because he said in the letter somewhere along the lines, it was, I don't want to just collect a paycheck. I want to work for it, is essentially what he said.
I'm almost positive it's almost verbatim what he said.
Yeah, I know he said that he didn't want to just collect the paycheck because it was something like he wants to tell his daughter to go out there and work for things you want, and then what would that mean to him if he was just to not follow that advice?
Yeah.
So it makes sense, but then Maria went on Instagram and said some comments in reference to his little thing, and now it's hard to tell right now if it's real or if it's kayfabe. It's hard to tell right now.
Oh, it's 100% a shoot.
100%.
Mike Kanellis hasn't worked a house show since March or April, something to that effect. He's hardly worked any house shows. He wrestles on Raw. He just gets cucked all the time. Oh, it makes complete sense. And the thing is, he's not going out and saying that, oh, he wants to go to like AEW. He's not going to be the next big star. He just wants to fucking go wrestle.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, from what I've seen on Raw, kind of lackluster. Like, he needs to go out and get his own brand. But
Mike Kanellis, I'm going to take this straight from What Culture when I say this, but it's 100% true. He had an amazing redemption angle that they could have run. Old, this drug addiction, he came back, he's better, he's stronger. Yeah, no, sod it. Let's just go job him out on Monday Night Raw.
yeah, and let's make him the reason why we get Rusev back.
Don't even get me started on Rusev.
Like,
oh,
not even gonna touch it.
Can't. Positive on this show because I was so incredibly negative on the last one. Started on Rusev.
But let's keep the ball rolling. Let's keep the show going.
Something terrible, I feel.
Let's. I don't know. I mean, before we started this, we were shitting on 2K20. So let's talk about 2K20. Let's talk about the disappointment that we have for that.
5 Sasha Banks variants in this game, counting DLC. But I don't get Mr. Perfect, Vader, or Alundra Blaze. Fuck off.
We don't get the Ascension.
We don't even get the goddamn Ascension. But boy, howdy, I get 5 variants of Charlotte Flair. Because that's what I needed in my wrestling.
That's what you needed in your life, according to WWE and 2K, respectively.
That's exactly what I needed. I don't need tag team diversity like the Ascension. No.
No, we
Give
had
me
our...
four variants of Charlotte Flair that I could put in a match.
In retrospect, the tag teams got their moment to shine in SmackDown versus Raw 2009. Just saying.
I hope you can feel the animosity coming through this microphone of you.
I can. But I'm just saying, tag teams had their moment to shine in '09, which was technically 2008, which I still don't understand the system
You know
there.
what? Go play in traffic. That's garbage.
I can. It's nighttime.
It's Maple Avenue. I'm sure you can find some idiot driving around still.
True.
Normally me.
But you're at your house recording.
I have no problem hopping in my car and cruising Maple.
I will.
There he is!
There's the guy who's proving me wrong right now.
Okay, but let's even take a step from that. Great. They had their time in 2008. Take them away. Shouldn't be pulling unique characters to add multiple variants of the same friggin' person.
But
Ella's in my life.
Here's the thing. All right, let's talk about the Ascension. All right, now we're using video games to...
Bella is pre-boob job.
Not going to say you're wrong. Not going to say you're right. Just going to keep going with what I'm doing. Let's talk about the Ascension. All right, using video games to talk about what's going on in wrestling right now. We have Connor and Victor not seen and God knows how long. Have not been seen, right? So why would you waste roster space for two people that, if you weren't a hardcore wrestling fan like you and I, would even know?
Because you're not padding a roster with multiple variants of the same person. I love Undertaker, but when we did what year was it that had 6 different variants of the Undertaker, I was like, this is too damn much. I'm going to use all 6 of them, but this is too damn much.
Wasn't that 2K14?
Yeah, it was. But that's my point. Add the roster out with multiple variants of the same person. Unless it truly 100%. Even then, you don't need 4 or 5 variants. It's asinine to have Becky Lynch 13, 14, and 15 is what it is?
No, not 13.
Or 14, 15, 16 Lynch?
No, Becky
Something
Lynch,
of that nature is what you say?
Becky Lynch is modern, like what you get from WrestleMania. Then you have,
it was one of the 4. One of the 4 horsewomen had a sequential year. Maybe it was Bailey. I don't remember.
It was Bailey had one from, I think, 16 and 17, and then modern day. Like, you don't need that. You don't.
Exactly. The character is not going to change that drastically in 1 year.
What's the big change? What's the big change? Attire? That's it.
Ooh, yay! It's as bad as John Cena.
But John Cena's special. Okay, he's the Fruity Pebble Bowl.
Trying to stay positive. I really am.
He's the Fruity Pebble Bowl, and you know it.
Making it really hard to stay positive.
I mean, I have no
problem. Kofi Kingston's good theme, goddammit.
Yeah, we did. R.I.P.
We lost JP's music. I'm more mad about the damn music that we lost this year.
We lost Burning My Light fucking 5 years ago.
That was a good song. You know what really makes me mad? I was always a big fan of Tyson Kidd's music.
Well, we lost him like, I don't know, 2-3 years ago
Last
now.
year. Last year was the first year we didn't have him.
Oh. You were
Because I had to find somebody else's music for my creative character. Because I either used Cult of Personality, and then when I lost Cult of Personality, I went to Tyson Kidd. And then I kind of did Tyson Kidd and Dolph Ziggler. I kind of jumped between them with Dolph Ziggler because all the other themes suck. At least for my dude.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Not all of them. Not all of them.
But there's
But
good music. There's good music. Johnny Gargano has absolutely amazing music.
but
This wasn't wish it wasn't a loop. Same as Sasha Banks. Great music.
yeah. But let's talk about returning. Let's not talk about what we've lost. Let's talk about what we've gained. Let's talk about what we gained back, more importantly, and the fact of the Black Heart, Tommaso Ciampa.
Only reason Ciampa wasn't in the last game is because he wasn't going to get paid enough. And he was able to write it off as part of his heel character going, beat me in real life, so you're sure as hell not going to do it in your stupid video game.
That's exactly what he said, too. I remember that
That's
tweet.
exactly what he said.
I remember that
think
tweet.
It's a travesty that we still don't have JBL because, by God, I want to beat up on JBL.
I think...
I can't not be negative.
Okay, this is when I think we'll get JBL. When we get a John Cena-centric showcase mode. And you know it's bound to happen.
I'm surprised it hasn't.
Well, when they first introduced the showcase modes was 2K15. And he was part of the inaugural showcase mode. So why would they jump into just him alone when you've already played a big significant part of it?
Because WWE has no restraint.
You're not wrong, but sometimes they do. And when I say sometimes, I mean very little. And when I mean very little, I mean like 1 out of a bajillion.
Just saying. WWE has about the restraint of a 4-year-old. What candy you want?
I mean, that's what Becky Lynch threw them under the bus in an interview. Because she said, yeah, me and Seth Rollins, we came out as a couple, and they just kept throwing it in your face every time we wrestled. Like, yeah, everyone knows about it. You don't need to keep shoving it down their throats.
They do. WWE is incapable of making... But that's a different topic for a different day because I told you I'm trying to stay positive for this show, damn it.
Feel the power of positivity!
Making me feel angry.
I just saw the microphone feedback for what I just did.
I don't even need to see it and know it was bad. So I'm gonna... I gotta get away from WWE, otherwise I'm gonna have like a heart attack. I know we had kind of talked about maybe talking a little bit about the consoles, the upcoming consoles and stuff, but there's really nothing major to talk about with the consoles.
I mean, so I read something about PlayStation 5 controllers, and it seems awesome. It seems unique enough to bring that level of I can do this on Xbox, but PlayStation adds that much more added feel to it. I remember reading they said like they're giving developers the chance to modify controller output, so that way when you're like, I mean, let's use Red Dead Redemption 2 for example. When you're pulling back a bow, you'll feel it as if you're pulling back the bow.
Yep. I think the one of the things that excites me, granted, this isn't the first time we've heard this song and dance from Sony, is the potential for backwards compatibility. This one going all the way back to the one.
I'm sorry to be a Debbie Downer, but there's an article that I read. This is the recent article I've read. They said that the chances of it happening are slim to none now.
You're just trying to make me hate everything today.
I mean, I want backwards compatibility as much as you do. But the only reason why it worked on the 3 was because they were running off the PlayStation 2 disk drive. So that's why they were able to do PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 playback on the 3. And then when they jumped over to the 4, oh, well, the last 3 they came out with wasn't backwards compatible, so why would they do that for the 4? And enough people complain, like, okay, this is something we need to bring back. Let's look into it for the 5. And now we're coming close enough that they said if it does bring backwards compatibility, major titles for the 4, not all titles.
It's the same. If that's the route they're going, it's the same trash they're doing with the PlayStation 4, and it just needs to be open like it was, because god damn it, I want to play some weeb trash on my P5 from the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1.
Trust me.
And then Battlefront 2 is calling my name.
Trust me. I have a... Okay, so I'm a wrestling fan.
No!
No, I know, right? But on top of wrestling, I also dabble a little bit in football. And the last major football game that I really miss in terms of coming out is NCAA. I still have the last freaking NCAA game because nothing else has come out that scratches.
You yap. I'm going to check something real quick.
I just nothing scratches that NCAA itch. Nothing. I've seen a few games being announced, coming out, that they have a lot of promise. I will give them that. I haven't played them myself, but I've seen gameplay of it. They have promise, but it's not enough. It's not enough.
Doug Flute's new college football game. It will be an Xbox. It is an Xbox One game that supposedly had a release date of September 27th.
It came out, and it's sort of like the Madden and EA Sports type of thing, where they came out with one, I think, last year or 2 years ago, and they released another one, and they made improvements, but it's still not at that level of fluid animation. It's not
from what I've seen, this is the first time that they've done a football game since NCAA 14.
Well, this is the first college, like, there's this one, and then there's another one, like Gridiron.
And then there's
Champions.
another Gridiron Champions.
I was right. But they don't, like they don't have what NCAA had, which was you could download rosters and everything. Like, that's what makes this last NCAA game awesome is because the diehard college football fans can go in, change up all the rosters, and then make it current and put them out for people to download, and then people download them and keep their games current.
Well, have fun with that because all the PS3 servers are supposed to be down by the end of the year.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm upset. But not just that, not just on sports side, but also in terms of anime. I remember I was struggling with the PlayStation 3 on this, but I was talking to a coworker of mine. I was like, I really want them to bring back backwards compatibility for all systems in the PlayStation family because I want to scratch that Ultimate Ninja itch.
Yeah, Ultimate Ninja was really good.
Yeah. Nothing taken away from CyberConnect and the Ultimate Ninja Storm series, but the Ultimate Ninja series just had that like crisp feel to it because it wasn't anime, it was manga. It was the manga pages flipping over and everything. It was nothing like it.
And just going to throw this topic. Have you seen Fire Force?
Fire Force.
Yeah, it's an anime.
This is the first time hearing of it, so no, I haven't.
You're a terrible person. You should feel bad.
I do.
Fire Force is, so it sounds really stupid in premise, but it's absolutely amazing. Check it out on Funimation. They do simulcasts every week. It's on episode 12 just aired, so episode 13 is coming out this week.
Okay, so I could binge watch it and catch up. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely need to watch it. That and of course the new My Hero Academia episode just dropped.
Oh, I forgot it was coming out in October.
And surprisingly enough, it's not a total recap episode. I mean, it's a catch you like kind of like a.
It's like a hey.
Episode.
It's like hey guys, it's been a while since we came out with an episode. We had that movie drop, but
it's not as terribly refreshing as last season's was.
Yeah, because that was like I watched the one season and it was like here's recap part 1, recap part 2. Like I don't need the recap. Stop.
I'm sure they're probably because they did. So you had this episode, slight spoiler, skip to here.
Skip to here, and then you just go on the spoiler.
Yeah. I'm basically this episode is this journalist comes into UA, try and figure out who All Might's successor is. Process, like he kind of gives quick overviews of the different characters. Won't spoil the episode for you unless you want me to.
No, don't, because I love that whole premise of I'm gonna find out who the successor is, and just hearing Midoriya being like, "Oh no, they found out!" Like, don't. I want to see Midoriya freak out in person. But while we're talking about My Hero, so as you know as well as I do, live action anime, if done by the wrong people, will turn out terribly. And even done by the right people, it turns out terribly. What do you think? Do you think there's a high chance that we're going to have a live action My Hero?
Probably. We're finally getting a live action Cowboy Bebop, so hands in the air, I don't know.
I mean, now, while we're on the topic of anime, I kind of want to draw your attention to something. So, Disney now owns Fox in terms of Fox, like in general, just Fox. They own Fox. Disney owns Fox. But let's go back. I hate to do this. Let's go back to the live action Dragon Ball movie. That was utter trash. Let's go back to that.
Okay, first off, only trash if you go in trying to assume it's a Dragon Ball show. If you go into it being like, man, this is going to be like a C grade movie, it's a fucking riot.
Okay, but it doesn't deserve the Dragon Ball name. I'm sorry. But, unfortunately, because of that one movie, Disney now owns Dragon Ball. Not fully 100% like Dragon Ball's under Disney's banner, but they have the rights to make movies.
I mean, let's be realistic, okay? Every good show, be it anime or not, before it gets the quote-unquote big screen treatment, it gets treatment. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, because you kind of cut out there.
What part did you miss?
You said before it gets the A treatment, it gets the treatment. Like,
gets that treatment.
Okay.
You do know what that is, correct?
I think I do.
Let's play a game.
Okay.
What is that?
Silence. Awesome.
Well, if you don't know what I'm talking about,
I have no idea because you were silent on my end, so I have no idea what you were saying.
yeah, no, it picked me up. Anyway, do you have a guess to what that particular treatment is?
Okay, I'm going to ask for a hint. Good or bad?
It can be both.
I don't know what that treatment is at that point in time then.
Porn. And just a quick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hop up. We're done in Japan. These ones were actually produced. This is not like a convention. This is produced. You have to pay for this. Yeah. I think the next logical step is clearly the bigger screen.
So, going back on the rails, back on the track.
I was completely in line.
No, it wasn't. Because number one, if you make me head desk, it's off the rails already. If I have to head desk, then by God damn it, it went off the fucking rails.
You know what? Maybe it needs to stay away from the rails, because the rails always lead back to WWE and me being angry.
But, anyways, going back on topic, going back on track. Coworker of mine once I revealed that information that Disney owns the film rights to Dragon Ball, he's like, "But who would play who?" Like, and I was like, "I really don't care who would play who. I don't care if you whitewash the cast. I don't care if you add black actors into it, as long as it's passion, as long as it's a passion project." Michael B. Jordan has gone on record and stated he wants to be Vegeta. Let him be Vegeta. He knows the product.
No, if I agree with that statement.
Why?
I don't feel like Michael B can be a good Vegeta. There, I said it.
I mean, I've only seen Creed. I never saw Black Panther. And I never watched the train wreck that was Fantastic Four. Out of side of those three movies, I never saw Creed 2, but I'm trying to work my way around to saying that. Outside of those movies, I don't know of any other movie he's been in.
I mean, he was in Endgame.
He was in Endgame?
For like a brief second, wasn't he?
No. Because Michael B. Jordan played the villain to Black Panther. And
But you immediately know more about that movie than I do.
he played the villain in Black Panther, and Black Panther won that fight, and supposedly he died. Spoiler or not, I don't care.
Marvel.
Really?
Yeah, I went there. Should I have
Really?
not gone there?
I got the sigh. I got the sigh. That's what matters the most.
Pulling me over here.
So let's move on. Let's keep going.
Honestly, that's kind of all I had. Unless there's something particular you wanted to touch on. It's a good. I think it's a good show if you can talk about WWE, video games, and porn.
And anime.
Some people want to call them the same thing. So
Yeah, those people make me want to punch someone in the face.
hey, look, now you're the angry one.
I'm not the one yelling like you. I'm not the one out here just being like, I hate this, I hate that. Just one little comment about punching someone in the face and you become dubbed the angry one. Really?
That's how YouTube works, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I know. Let's talk about... Oh, shoot. Fuck.
See, you don't even have anything.
You know what? No, let's pad this out because I want your disdain to go on record. Let's talk about Dokkan Battle.
I don't have anything negative to say about Dokkan Battle other than I don't have the time to play it.
I mean, so for those of you who are unaware, Dokkan Battle is a Dragon Ball Z mobile game. They recently celebrated 300 million downloads, and in doing so, they released the highest rarity for Gohan and Cell, and then for Part 2, I think they came out with the highest rarity for androids, which is LR, Legendary Rare.
There's like 30 legendary rares.
Yeah, I have amassed quite a number of them, and the game's like, okay, you're done. You're done. We're done being nice to you. So Seth here pulled the androids before I did, and what was his first summon?
Like a freaking week before you, by the way.
Yeah, like a week before me. Before you, like, you weren't on for the longest time, and you came back during that time. And you're like, is this?
I literally just like I hadn't played the game for what 3 or 4 months.
Yeah,
I just happened to jump on and was like, "Oh, cool! Here's a summon event. I'll summon on this. Oh, cool! I got the LR thing. Oh, it's the androids. See if I can piss him off. Hey, Chris, is this a good pull?
And I remember sending you a gif. Like, I was like disgruntled. I looked up gifs disgruntled, and I found the one where Panda's just flipping everything around. I was like, yeah, it's good. It's good. But no. So if you want me to become the angry one, I'm gonna start right now with Dokkan, because that's how you trigger me. Dokkan is a piece of shit app. It's a piece of shit. Okay. They brought out the most iconic moment in Dragon Ball Z history with Goku turning Super Saiyan for the first time, right? So they have a Dokkan Fest card, which is exclusive to certain summon banners. And it starts out with his last... they call it the last trump card, which is him using the Spirit Bomb against Frieza.
Yeah.
And then once you do his event and awaken him and transcend him past his limits to where he's actually a good leader unit for the new category they came out with, it's his hair standing up in Super Saiyan form, but it's still colored black because it's just before transforming. He gets a transformation and an active skill, which they released. I cannot, for the fucking life of me, pull that card.
I can only imagine the mic peaking right now.
Yeah, it's... I hit my hand on the desk so much my camera moved.
Maybe that's what happens.
There we go. I can't. And my coworker, he's recently started playing Dokkan. He got the fucking androids before I did, which pissed me off.
Well, you know, that kind of thing happens every now and then.
And I'm making sure to keep his stones under 50 so he can't do a consecutive multi-summon, because as long as that happens, he's not getting that unit.
I still have like 100, almost 200, I think.
I swear to God, don't do it.
I don't know, I thought I'd jump on today because I saw something that the Patera...
Patara category summons up now.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I have a Patara team. I should go waste some summons on it. And then I went, now, you know what? I'm sure there's a unit Chris is going to want soon. I'll just wait for that event.
And it's the fucking Goku one.
I don't like Goku enough to spend stones on Goku, so you're lucky there. I don't care if it's free stuff.
It's not... It's not the fact it's Goku, because you don't hear me say this enough, but whenever there's like collector's editions coming out of Dragon Ball games or any like statues coming out, I always look at them and I go, Goku, 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 Gohan, Goku, 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 Goku. I can list off Vegeta, Tien, Chaozu, Yamcha, Piccolo, King fucking Kai, King Yama. There's so many more people that can get a statue, and you go with Goku.
Yep.
I mean, But it's not the fact that it's Goku that makes me want it. It's the fact that the super attack animation from day one to now has greatly increased in quality, that it looks like you're watching the anime.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that's why I want it, because it's that quality and that super attack alone. They released a new Frieza unit along with him, which is in a general pool, and my coworker got that. I was like, oh, cool, whatever. I mean, I can pull that whenever. It's that Goku that's around right now that I won't be able to pull. And it's upsetting.
It happens.
I mean, I still hold this one over you. I almost have a fully rainbowed out 21.
Yeah, but again, I also wasn't really playing that much when that event hit either. So
I never
I mean,
pulled
yeah.
her. I never pulled her from the event. She's in general pool.
Yeah, but again, I don't play that much. So when I get stones, I keep them.
Until the yearly anniversary. English. Yearly anniversary. And even then, I don't think you. Did you play during year 3?
I think I completely missed the year 3 celebration.
Because year 3 was Gogeta and Vegito. And year 4 was, of course, year 4, so they had Super Saiyan 4.
Don't remember.
Because year 4 was this year. And I think that was in the time frame that you weren't playing, but I wasn't sure about year 3.
Yeah.
But I mean, everyone at home, comment down below. Do you want to see Dokkan content on the channel? Do you want to see us rage? Mainly on my part, not his.
Rage. I don't rage over it.
I do, because it's fucking stupid.
See? That's the difference.
See, that's the difference. I play it because it's Dragon Ball. You play it because you're obsessed with it. Shut up!
Basically.
I'm trying to kick the obsession. I really am. I'm going over to, now that we're on the rails, WWE Supercard.
Yeah, no, count me out of that too.
I mean, I stayed away for the longest time. Last time I played it was last year when 2K19 was coming out, and I had the SummerSlam cards that were promo from it. Last time I played it. I never pro'd those cards out. They're still in my box, just chilling out there like, hey, dude, what's up? Forget about us?
Probably.
I'm like, yeah. Be honest, I did. But I don't know. I'm going back to Dragon Ball. Your thoughts on Kakarot?
I mean, I'm tentatively excited for it, but as excited as I am, it's still Dragon Ball Z all over. And I've seen that story enough times that I'm not 100% convinced to buy it.
So
I'll sell it.
I like you, I'm tired of going back to Z. It's filled with awesome moments that are nice to relive, but if that's going to be your main selling point and you're not going to go about present or the future of Dragon Ball, there's no point. But then again, that's kind of hard to do because after Z, the next canon thing is Super, and technically that's still going on.
I mean, technically, it ended.
No, they everywhere has stated it's on a hiatus, and even the studios have stated it's on hiatus because they made Dragon Ball Super Broly because that was the focus after they ended the series where they ended with Tournament of Power. The manga is still going. And I honestly think that's why they're on hiatus, is so the manga can get further ahead and they can go about doing their episodes in such a way that they don't have to worry about, like, what's the next content.
Okay, but why
Yeah.
though?
I know my phone's still gonna go off, but uh I like what's gonna make it all the more better for me is if they announce between now and January when the game comes out that we're going to be able to do movies.
I hope they do, but I don't foresee that being the direction they go.
Well, here's the issue that it presents. It's supposed to be canon. It's the canon Dragon Ball Z. No filler in it, nothing like that. It's 100% canon, and everyone has gone on to state the movies are not canon.
Well, except the new ones.
Well, those are outside of Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. Those aren't canon. Battle of Gods, Resurrection F, those got rebranded into Super, which I don't think was necessary, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, I'm good on talking points.
Yeah, like I said, I other than some other points that would be a completely different, I think it'd be a completely different show. I think I've kind of hit all there is to talk about for this episode.
Yeah. I mean, comment down below what your thoughts are on our topic points.
If you guys got anything you want to hear us ramble about, shoot us a comment so we can yap about that.
Yeah, get our knowledge straight, get our facts straight, and let's be honest, there's not very many facts or knowledge. We just come in here like, ah, no, 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 no.
Basically.
But yeah. Comment down below what you want us to talk about. Comment down below your thoughts on everything we've touched based on. Click the like button. If you like the video, click the like button. There we go. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and ring the bell notification to be notified when we upload next time. And we'll see all of you in the next video. Bye!
Bye.